All right, so what's up everyone? I know it's been a long time since I made a video and I apologize, but just had a lot of things going on. But I decided today to make a video and talk about some of the most underrated bags, underappreciated bags in the cornhole game based on my opinion. Thrown about 120, 125 different bags now. So I've got to see a lot of stuff, learn a lot about materials, the fills, the template sizes, and how that impacts your throw and the performance of the bag. But I'm gonna try to jump right into it today and talk about 7 bags that I feel that are underappreciated. We'll start with number 7. This is a newer bag for me that I just did a review on. Brotherhood Cornhole, the Guardian. This is a carpet bag, kind of a little, a unique type carpet. It's similar to the Ninja Poison, which I really like, as all of you know, spend a lot of time at number 1 for me. A little bit floppier, a little bit bigger template. Has the Surefire fast side game changer material. So it does play similar to the Viper R sort of concept of a floppier bag that has a fast side that's still around the 9. But a slow side that plays about a 5.5-ish. So you get that here, but you don't have that Viper material. You got the Surefire material as the fast side. Really like it. Very well priced. Good bag. My wife loves these, so this is her go-to bag as she's learning how to throw. But definitely one that I think that's price effective and underappreciated. All right, number 6. I got kind of a combo here because these bags share the same materials, and I think this needs to be in everyone's arsenal. The Fire Flame Buffalo Nomad. I've been a big fan of the Nomad. This and the Vortex Zone are 2 of the bags since I've started throwing that have stayed in my competition bag since I've had them. No other bags have done that. So this is kind of my go-to slower bag. Both bags have the slow side of the Surefire, so it's about a 5 on the slow side, and the Viking fast side material. So you got 5.7 bag here. The difference between the 2, Nomad, smaller template, rounded, fuller fill. Kind of reminds me of the older Viking in terms of fullness. And then you have the Fire Flame, which is a little bit larger template, definitely more thinner, floppier, I'd say medium fill. Definitely a floppier bag than the Nomad, but both of these, I call these reversal bags. So this is probably a bag that you're going to want to throw most often the fast side, just so you get a little bit of running the board action, especially if it's humid. I wouldn't even throw these bags very humid because it's going to stick and glue unless you're really good at putting it right by the hole. But yeah, what I do with these is I'll throw the fast side material, and if I want to throw an airmail shot, I'll throw the slow side. Or if I'm attempting to roll a bag, I'll throw it with the slow and nose dive it in to try and get it to roll over. But these are bags that I think that are a little different, but I think everyone should have them because they certainly have a place, what I feel in everyone's arsenal should have those. All right, let's get into the top 5. I feel like every time I make a video, I talk about the NOLA Mud Bug, but there's a good reason why. I think this is so underappreciated. For one, because the price is so good. I mean, I got a custom set for like $80, something like that. But I mean, you can certainly get these at a very good price shipped and sent to you. But what I like about this bag is why I think it's so underappreciated. Is not only is it unique materials, but this slow side. Now it will play fast until you really break them in. It's going to play fast. Under normal conditions, once it's broken in, this plays about a 4.5, 5. It will slow down. You can put a lot of blockers there. Fast side's easy to run the hole. But where this bag has so much value is when it gets damp. So if it's like drizzling outside and you still want to play, this bag is going to move up the board. I mean, this slow side gets quick. I'm talking like a 7, 8. And the fast side will turn into like a 6. So you still have like a 6-8 bag that can run the board. So when it's damp and other people are struggling, the Mud Bug is just going to move. This thing was built for humidity, damp conditions. I love this bag for that, and it's cheap. All right, top 4. The Coastal Cornhole Boardwalker. This bag has to get mentioned. I'm not a big fan of traditional carpet. So this has that Viking carpet material, the traditional carpet. but I'm normally not a big fan of that. But this bag is so hole friendly, even when you throw that side. So if I throw like sort of like directly at the hole airmail attempts, this bag is going to either go in or hold near the hole so it's easy to collect. It has a almost entirely, to what I can tell, a round bead, or mostly round bead. There may be a few small little discs in there, but that makes this bag like really bouncy. I can roll this bag no problem, and I'm not a roll shot player, but I can roll this bag whenever I want to. It's so active, it's so hole friendly. This is by far my favorite traditional bag. I like it much better than the BG Viking. It has the Viper Pro Sniper fast side material, so you can run the board with it. You can throw airmails or dirty up the board with the slow side, collect it easily. I love this bag for what it is. So if you're a traditional carpet thrower and you have not thrown the Boardwalker, you got to do that. That's my number 4. Number 3, the Ninja Poison. This was number 1 for me for a while. It's not my favorite Ninja bag right now. I still do like it. It just feels so good in your hand. I would give anything if Ninja would just make a mixed fill poison. It could be the baddest bag on the planet, but it is a all mixed fill, or it's all a flat disc fill. Right now, it's still a good bag, feels great in your hand, it still plays lovely, but I just think this bag is so underappreciated still. Everyone I know who's thrown it loves it. Everyone's still crazy about the Sorcerer, the Viper R. I mean, those bags had this huge like following, but no one really talked about the Poison that much, and I don't understand why, because I really like this bag better than both. I'm just now throwing the Sorcerer, still trying to break them in, so I'll put an asterisk by that, see what happens. I love the Viper R2, good bag, but I like the Poison better. Just a solid bag, 5.5 on that slow side carpet. You can certainly move the board. An 8 on the fast side, kind of a unique sort of material that plays a little slower, but is familiar to me. It's kind of like a surefire material, but a 5.5, 8 here. Great bag, smaller template. Medium full is what I classify it as. Just definitely underappreciated. If you've never thrown a Ninja bag, you need to do that. But the Poison is such an underappreciated bag. That's why I have it at number 3. All right, number 2, Swag Bag Chaos. The sole reason why this bag is number 2 for me is it's a Viper R. It's a Viper R, it's a Viper R, Viper R. There's like very minuscule differences. It's half the price of a Viper R. So if you are dying to throw a Viper R and you've not done it already, just buy a Swag Chaos. They play the same, the exact same carpet material, the exact same fast side material. It's ACL comp stamp, so unless you're a pro, it's not going to make much of a difference to you. But this is basically a Viper R. I do like the Viper R maybe a hair better, just because the quality, the closing stitch and everything with Ultra is pretty elite. But would I be willing to pay, if I had a choice to get a set of brand new Viper R's or 2 sets of Chaos, I'm going with the Chaos all day long. This is a great bag. If you like the Viper R, you're going to like this, and it's half the price. So definitely underappreciated if you're someone who wants to throw the Viper R. A lot of carpets I'm talking about. It's kind of crazy. All right, number 1. Talked about this bag in anonymity, or being anonymity over the past couple weeks. So I've changed my style a little bit. I'm trying to make sure I'm focusing on throwing flat right at the hole, trying to, not make these long runs at the board, not trying to do anything like crazy, just really trying to make sure that I put the bag in the hole. In doing that, it's rained a ton here over the past 2 weeks. It's been really damp, really humid. I've kind of went through everything I've got, but one bag has just been killing it for me. I've thrown around the 9.5 PPR versus the Ghost. I get it. It makes a difference when I'm playing against someone, but every time I've thrown this bag in the past couple weeks, I'm undefeated with it, even in competition. So I throw this bag extremely well, and for that, it's probably going to be my new number 1. It's the Razor Podium. I hate the way this bag feels in my hand. It is huge. It is a game changer size bag. It is extremely floppy. and it is very full. I like small template bags. I do like fuller bags, but I'm a big fan of just small template and not very floppy. And this is none of those things, and yet I kill it with this bag. It's so big and so floppy that it's an amazing bully bag. If you lay a blocker, I can push through it no problem. I can hit the corner, move yours out of the way, and just go right through. I can airmail it just fine. This is, without question, the most hole-friendly bag I have ever thrown. I mean, we're talking like trumping game changers. It's wild. It doesn't feel great. I'm telling you, it's weird. It goes against everything I've ever said is the most important thing is a bag that feels good in your hand. Well, I guess the most important thing now is what's scoring me points, because this bag just goes in the hole. If I don't get at least 8 points every turn, I'm disappointed. This bag is, wonderful for me. It's just the bag that, for whatever reason, has really clicked with the way I throw. I think part of the deal is, and what makes it so good for me, is I've worked to throw a flatter bag. I've typically thrown a bag that will come in kind of nose diving, and I've really worked to try and bring that up. Well, part of what helps me out here, so Mike from Mike's Bags, he says in his review of the Podium is that when he goes to throw it, the Podium for him nosedives. It actually does the opposite for me because it's so floppy that when I get it in my hand, it's so floppy over my fingers that it reminds me when I let go of it that I'm going to have to flip it up. So it subconsciously almost, when I have these in my hands, because they're so floppy over my fingers, it causes me to give it that extra flip. It just reminds me to throw it flatter. That paired with, like I said, it's crazy ability to just bully through stuff. The fact that it's so super hole friendly. But the most important aspect of this bag that I think is underappreciated, I don't care what the weather condition is. If it's raining, if it's humid, if it's sticky and hot, irrelevant. This bag almost always plays the same speed. Every bag I've got here changes with weather conditions, board conditions. This bag does not. At absolute worst, when it is pretty dry but sunny and the boards seem to be playing really slow, this carpet may play, I think the slowest I've ever seen it is a 6. But it under normal conditions, it's a 7. In the rain, it's a 7.5. If it's really damp, it may play about an 8.5, but then this turns into a 7. So this bag is almost always a 7.9. Yes, I'd like something a little slower. I'd probably like a bag that was like a 6.9, 6.8. That's probably my ideal speed range. But I can play this bag consistently regardless. So I can throw it over and over regardless of the weather conditions, and it's always going to perform the same. I've been very impressed with this. This is going to be my go-to bag for the time being. Hopefully I get another set of OG Ninja Smokes, kind of see where those go again, because I missed that bag. Mine are currently blown out, but we'll see where that goes. But for the meantime, underappreciated bags, this is what I got. Top 7. Number 1 is that Razor Podium. I love it. If you haven't thrown it yet, I'm telling you, it feels weird. A lot of people don't like it. I just scored me a second set, and I got a pair of knuckles coming soon. A little bit slower bag, so curious to see how it performs as well. But again, I thank all you guys for watching my stuff. If you got any questions, let me know. I'll keep reviewing bags and getting you data. Thanks, guys.